Here in DebitPay, we really see the value of SEPA Direct Debit and how it helps our customers to get paid on time. In this short video, we're going to look at 3 things. 1, adding your customer details to the system. 2, setting up that SEPA Direct Debit collection. And 3, the authorization step, allowing you to debit your customer's account. When logged into the system, the first thing we want to do is click on Customers in the top menu. And over on the far right, we click on the plus. And now we enter the customer details. And all you need here is their email address and their name. So we're going to go with John Smith at smith.io. John Smith. And if you scroll further down, you can see that there's a company field here. So if you're collecting from a business, you can put in the business name there. But in this particular instance, we're going to collect from an individual called John Smith. And it's just a matter of clicking Add Customer. So John has been added to the system. The next part is setting up the SEPA Direct Debit collection. So over on the far right, the second icon is the one we want. And now we're going to give this record a title. This is an internal reference for ourselves. This is not shared with John. So we'll say it's for service delivery. This example, we're saying that this particular merchant provides us an ongoing service to John. You can see here that the account is shown. This is the account that the money will be credited to when the SEPA Direct Debit processes, so it's your account. Debtor details, obviously John Smith is the person we're collecting from here. In terms of product and services, we can take the default here. All this information can be set up and adjusted as you go. We're going to say it's for €150 a month. And if we click on billing for the parameters, then we can change the default from once, which would indicate a single payment. We'll change this to monthly. Now it's a matter of setting how many monthly collections there will be. So if we said there was 12, it would mean that the collection would run for 12 months and then stop. We could equally say it for 6 and that would run for 6 months. In this particular case, we're going to set it to 0, meaning that it'll run without end. Now we want to specify a debit date, the start date. We move the calendar on, we can say the 1st of the month. And if we scroll further down, we see a field here for message for payer. So I can type in something like, Hi John, please approve at your convenience. Best regards, whoever. So basically when you add the record on the system, an email is sent to John, and the idea of this message for the payer is to encourage the payer to react and approve the direct debit. And then we have payment notification set to on or yes by default. What it means here is basically the system will generate an email, send it to John a couple of days in advance of the debit, just to remind him that there's going to be a debit on his account. And that's it. We click Add Billing at this point, and that's the record created on the system. If we click on Billings in the top menu and just filter by John, we can see that the record has been created. And importantly, over on the right hand side, under status, we can see that it's waiting approval. That means John will have got the email, but he hasn't reacted to it yet, so it's still awaiting his approval. And now we'll flick over to John's side. So John receives an email from the system, and in that email is a link to pay. And on clicking that, he's brought to DebitPay. And this is what he sees on mobile. It's the merchant logo is displayed up front, along with the details of the direct debit itself. In this case, €150 monthly, starting on April 1st. This is a form that John needs to complete. Simply put in his address, his account details. Optionally, he can set a password on it so that he doesn't have to enter all the details again if he's completing one of these requests again. And then finally, he needs to confirm that the account can process direct debits, accept the terms, and click Approve. For the purpose of saving time, I'm going to complete the form and fast forward. So that's the form complete. We can see that John didn't enter his IBAN but chose to enter his sort and account number. This is useful where you can't remember your IBAN. And finally, John added a password to the system, and that's all the information that's required from John. So very simply, all that remains is to click Approve. And that's it. John has approved the direct debit on his account. You know, quite often when people see this for the first time, we get, ooh, that was easy. That's what you want. That's all that's required from John. He'll now receive an email confirmation confirming the details of the SEPA Direct Debit, and his account will be debited each month. So I hope you found the demo of use. If we can help at all improve how you collect payment from your customers, please do get in touch. I'm going to explain the system further. And thanks for watching.